Alrighty, so after you guys rest up and join back up with Cedric, the wizard, he has been studying, and he's now ready to cast that activate awaken portal ritual, because now he can cast 3rd level spells. You guys make your way and you tell Rin about what you found again, and then ask her about if she's found out anything about the artifacts to unlock the barrier. And she tells you that the mayor has some, the artifacts on display in
Groundhog Day shit going on.
Yeah, in like a little public town history, in his manner. Kind of like if you go to a library, sometimes like local town libraries have little displays about like history of the town and stuff like that. And that More Lament of Odd Stories has, or had at one point, she doesn't know if he still does, a book from Zarmavdian. It's Zarmavdian, so Zarmavdian. Yeah. Silly wizards and their fancy names. That's his name is probably Bob, and he just made up some I'm Zarmavdian to be all mysterious and stuff. But we can go talk to Morlabent. And you guys go over and talk to Morlabent. You Evan, show him your books that you found on crafting lenses and stuff like that. I think you had showed him the book about like the soul transference and stuff. Like there was a book you had, it was the notes from Volok that were about like how to like use soul gems and transfer souls into soul gems and into like swarm creatures and stuff like that. And he wasn't too keen on that topic, but he...
Oh yeah, then we took it to Crook's Nook, I think.
Yeah. But he's like, he looks over the books that you have on the crafting of lenses and stuff, and he's like, I'm not a crafter, but I always find, learning new things interesting. If you're willing to sell the books, I'll buy them from you.
Sure.
So he'd probably give you like five gold pieces for those.
Yeah, I clicked the sell in the inventory thing, and it was 5 gold.
So, what can I help you? What else can I help you with?
We heard that you once had the spellbook for the Wizard of the Rose Guard.
He kind of gives you that like squinting look, like maybe.
We've been tasked with gathering an artifact belonging to each of the 4 heroes in order to take down a barrier in the dungeon.
So he says, I do have it locked up. It is quite... What is it you need from it? What do you need? It wasn't so much of a spell book. It was a, partial spell book, but
we need it.
Also,
we need to bring something that was personal and close to each of the members to this barrier so that we can pass it. And that's the only thing we are aware of that would be representative of their wizard.
So you guys explain the thing to him. So he says, hold on, I'll go back. And he, like, you know, goes into like a back office for a little bit and comes back out with a book that seems he's got it wrapped in some burlap or, you know, cloth material. And he tells you, he comes out and he's like still kind of clutching onto it, but he's like, you know, this is it's a very important book, you know, for many reasons. Not only its history for Otari and its oldness, but like it contains some powerful information in here. It belongs to the town. I've been keeping it under lock and key, and you know, for the mayor, he knows that, you know, I can take care of this book. And the thing is these books need proper care. Are you guys, you know, able to, like, you need to keep it away from as much sunlight and moisture? And he just like goes on for a while, like, okay, you need to keep it wrapped in this, and you can't store it with anything that has moisture in it. You got to keep it in a separate, you know, bag or backpack without these things. And you know, when you handle it, don't bend the pages. Don't, you know, like, be careful when you open it up. Who is it? Who is going to be in charge of holding the book?
Not me.
If it's just holding, not using, I can hold it, but can't use it.
Anyone else? You know, like, he kind of looks you over and sees your hands, like your like thick, callous dwarf warrior hands, and it's just kind of like, yeah, I mean, okay. Is no one else wants to, you know, like someone who has delicate hands, or, you know, like,
if Cedric's not going to take it,
maybe someone who's not wielding around a flaming sword a lot, like that.
Flaming books don't go together. What?
Yeah, these old paper, you know.
Jaden, you're muted if you're talking, but if Cedric doesn't want to take it, Zane can.
Kick-Ass is willing to take it. Is there any way we can copy the information that we think we will need?
Well, I mean, I do have like copies, you know, like transcriptions and partial transcriptions that I could put together for you. But if you want to transcribe it, you know, just if you're going to do that, I want to make sure you guys, you know, like properly take care of it, you know, like keep it away from fire and water and all that. He's like super nervous about it. You guys know though that to unlock that barrier, you know, what you've been told from Otari's ghosts and stuff is you just need to place them on the altar. But it is a spell book.
I guess I'll take it.
So after like telling you and then quizzing you on it, making you repeat what he told you, like he like very hesitantly hands it over to you. And there should now be in your inventory a book called The Thresholds of Truth.
Dun, dun, dun.
Da-da-da.
Okay. I got it.
So yeah, it was like
when we're not around Morla Bent, yes, we're definitely going to read this whole thing. We're getting all the information out of it.
Yeah, it's got a lot of stuff in it actually. So, it actually provides access to the Eldritch Researcher archetype and contains quite a few spells there.
That's a lot of spells.
Yeah. You can tell Morlabent seems like he's, after you take it and like kind of look at it, put it away or whatever, he's like he's looking like he's like back and forth, like, should I change my mind? Like,
We
Did I
assure
make a
him that
big
it'll be
mistake?
well watched over. Like, these things are, our mission is crucial to,
yeah, I think that if it wasn't for that,
like,
you get the feeling that if it wasn't for like the crucial safety of the town, like he wouldn't be giving this up.
yeah, and we like, this thing is intrinsic to that mission, so therefore, like, we will, in addition to just respecting your wishes, like, we fail if something happens to this book.
Yeah, he'd also probably like ask you a little bit about, so like, have you had is there a lot of dangerous stuff in there? Like, he'd like almost like he's contemplating coming with you, but like if you tell him like what it's like in there, he's like, oh yeah, no, that's not for me.
It's quite the harsh environment. Indeed.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Not a friendly place. And then we're off to see the mayor.
Off to see the mayor.
The wonderful
Yeah,
mayor of
Rin would
Atari.
like kind of recognize, like, well, we better get going before he changes his mind. So like, thanks, Morley. Thanks, Morley. Well, they'll take care of it. I trust these guys. They're good guys. Don't worry. As she's like ushering you out the door. So you guys make your way to Menham's Manor, and as you request a meeting with the mayor, his major domo, his butler, takes you to a room to wait, to his office, and after a little bit,
is it after lunch? Because after lunch is when he does mayor duty, I think, right?
I think it's mayor duty.
In the morning he does it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, we would try to align to that, like knowing that that's his desired pattern. We would try to align to that.
Yeah, definitely a good point. Location.
But I thought it was lumber mill business in the morning and mayor duty in the afternoon. I thought.
Yeah, I'm looking at it up here.
But I totally could have them backwards.
Yeah, his devoting mornings to public figure and afternoons to managing his company.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, we would make a point of getting there before lunch.
Yeah, it's still pretty early in the morning. After talking to Morlevin and him painstakingly going over the details of care, it seems like it should be like afternoon, but it's still only like 7 in the morning. And he comes in, and his daughter kind of follows him and kind of goes behind his desk and sits and seems to be playing with some knickknacks he's got on the shelf. And he's like, so how goes the exploration of Gauntlet? Like, have you found the cause of that attack? And
yes, it seems that the ghost of Belcora haunts the ruins and is gathering power.
Gee, you're like saying this, he's like, his eyes are getting kind of wider, and then he's like, at first he actually kind of like smirks a bit, like you're pulling his chain, but as you keep talking about it, and he's like, oh, yeah, as you're telling him at first, he's kind of like, oh yeah, good one, funny, like, but then again, like as you keep talking, and he realizes you're like, being serious, his eyes kind of get kind of wider, and like, oh, so, and you tell him about the artifact yet, or just about the ghost part?
Well,
but he's like,
probably lead up too.
Oh, have you found a way to stop her?
That's where we get into the, like, we've come across this barrier and
come across the ghost of Atari.
Yeah. And how we need to bring representations of all the original party members and would like to borrow some artifacts from their museum. We understand at least one of these tokens its possession is under dispute, and that we have no pony in that race. We're not concerned about who owns it long term, but for there to be an Otari for you guys to be here squabbling about possession of it, for that to happen, like, we need to stop Belcora. We need to bring these tokens with us. You know, take requisite care of them and return them as they were as soon as we can, but kind of in a pickle.
Like, I see. And he seems to think about it for a minute, and he's like, well, you know, these are important artifacts. He's like, if it was up to me, you know, you guys have proven that, like, you guys have saved the town once already, and you're undertaking this for me. But I must, you know, he's like, you know, unfortunately, I can't just, they're not 100%, you know, just, they're the town's, and they're not my personal property to give out. I can, I'm going to need to,
like, we don't
I'm going to need to talk to
don't
the
need
other,
them in the instant.
other town elders and council members and stuff, and make sure, but I'll push for you guys. I mean, the scene is that this is going on. I don't see, you know, that there should be a problem, but you know, these want to make sure that they're taken care of as well. Kick-Ass, as this is going on, you're probably like, you're noticing, you're like, a couple of the items on the shelves behind his desk kind of like probably catch your eye, you know, like you just kind of find yourself mildly like, I wonder how much that thing is worth. That looks valuable. And you catch sight of something, and you see that his daughter is sitting there, and she's like kind of thumbing through a book, but as she's like turning pages, you notice that like she's not touching the page. She's just kind of like waving her hand, and the page is flipping.
How old is his daughter?
She's a teenager, maybe like 16, 17, like not quite young adult, but coming into young adult.
Gotcha.
And you noticed, like, when she came in, he seemed to be very attentive of her. And he kind of notices Kick-Ass, like, when you notice this behavior, Kick-Ass, what's your reaction to that?
If he is looking at me, I will make a comment. How his daughter turns a page in a unique manner.
Roll on your character. Roll diplomacy. Do it off your character sheet for now. It's fine.
Okay. Diplomacy. That would be oh. Can I try deception instead?
I mean, are you going to try to like play it off like, oh,
Yeah, I will try and play it off. I want to be
like, you see him look at you and whatever your reaction is, and kind of follow your gaze to his daughter, and then look back at you.
I would have noticed that, how do I say this? Since I'm also a thief and I noticed other things on that shelf, I will just say that I was noticing his daughter turning pages in a unique manner. So would that be diplomacy or deception?
Yeah, like he seems to like give you a look after noticing you're looking at his daughter, and it's kind of like, I'm just saying, like, are you reacting to seeing this like what the hell, or keeping your cool type of thing for the diplomacy?
I'm definitely keeping my cool. I guess.
Like, is it gonna come off to him like, I'm just staring at your teenage daughter? Or
Well, I'm going to make the comment that I noticed your teenage daughter was turning pages
or
in
turning
a
the
unique
page.
manner. Because staring at someone's teenage daughter would probably annoy them. So I don't know if that would be a deception or diplomacy.
It would be diplomacy. For the way you're describing it.
Okay. The only reason why
if you're wanting to make it, if you want to make it deception, like play it off that you weren't looking at his daughter and mention
were
those
like,
things you saw on the shelf, like that you're. Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't casing your library to hawk it later. Like, like play it off that you weren't looking at the daughter rather than mention the daughter at all.
Yeah, or like, I just noticed you have a nice collection of paperweights or something. I don't know, whatever trinkets. I think my grandma had one just like that.
Yeah, that's like you were caught looking at his daughter, so don't talking about the daughter would be a diplomacy. Talking about something other than the daughter would be a deception.
Like to deflect it. And it's not something you have to stress. It's not going to be like he's going to get up and attack you or anything like that. Like, don't stress about the roll.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go with the diplomacy. Just say, I was noticing your daughter turning pages in a unique manner. So let me roll proficient or diplomacy, or have it GM roll. Oh, blind GM roll. And a triple question mark, so that should suffice.
It's always triple question marks. But
then it should always suffice.
Yeah, it should. So he kind of just looks at you and like looks back to her, and he's like, "Oh." And he, like, as he looks at her, like nothing. She notices like she's being talked about or whatever. So she just like looks up, and he's like, "How you feeling, dear? Are you doing okay? Do you need to go rest?" And she kind of like, "Yeah, my headache's coming back. I think I'm gonna go lay down." And she gets up and walks out. And after that happens, he tells you, like, he doesn't seem to catch on like anything weird was happening, but like he's like, yeah, she's been having nightmares and stuff like that, like, and these headaches. We're getting kind of concerned about her. The doctors, we've had Vandy look her over and stuff, and don't see anything, that we can do. But it's just she's just having a hard time of it. But anyways, don't let that distract us. I will talk. I will look into getting these artifacts temporarily handed over to you guys, put in your guys' care to get this, like, we can have your word though that you'll do your best to return them.
Of course.
Like once you unlock this gate or barrier or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, all right, yeah, give me a day or two, and I'll send word for you when I work it out with the rest of the town. I imagine after talking to the mayor, and he was like, basically, I'll send word when I have more information, and kind of lightly, invite you to leave with his, because he's like, I got a couple other things I need to take care of, some other people to meet.
That's all we needed, I think. Just get that moving.
Mm-hmm.
And then you guys head out of town and head towards Gauntlet.
Yes.
When you get there, and along the way, like, you guys do remember that you have those portal rooms that you have found.
Right.
I think there's one on the second level. I think you found another one on the third level as well. I didn't mean to activate this.
Yeah, we found a couple of them.
Did you want to try to activate them on your way back down?
Might as well.
Okay, so Cedric, you basically, this is a ritual spell. It doesn't have to be Cedric, but you guys have the ritual for Awaken Portal. Okay, yeah, Arcana or Occultism check. So it'd be a DC 20 Arcana or Occultism check to do this. So who is going to be the primary person reactivating the portal?
Me, I guess. I'm an expert at Arcana.
I'll go ahead and put that in the chat if you click on that Arcana. Alrighty, so you successfully activate this portal as you this does take an hour, I believe. Yeah, 1 hour. So you follow this ritual. It's basically like following a recipe in a cookbook. You make certain gestures, say certain words, and follow that. And an hour goes by.
It's one heck of a cake.
Yeah. The spell goes off successfully, and you guys have awakened this portal.
Hooray!
And after you awaken the portal, Cedric, you kind of have this kind of connection to it with the ritual, and you feel like it activates and maintaining, but you can feel it just ever so slightly starting to fade immediately. Like as soon as it goes off, it starts to fade out a little bit, and it gives you the sense that this it's active, and you think that after probably about 3 days, the energies that are in it will be consumed. So basically, unless you activate another portal that's linked to this one within 3 days, this one will probably fade out, and you'd have to do it again. Basically, how it works is this one, there's a couple different types. Ones are 1-to-1 and 1-to-many. This is one of the 1-to-many. It's the portal chamber. And it will, if you activate another one, you guys know another one that's very similar to this on level, on the next level, in the library level. It was off to, it was like a hidden door off to
the west
circular room. Yeah.
Yep.
You also know that there was a smaller portal teleport circle. No, that one wasn't teleportation.
There was the room that had 3 or 8 or something portals in it too.
Yeah, those ones you recognize, you guys were able to determine these are to one specific place. So you remember the eye in the wall that opened up, and then you found secret doors that went behind it.
Oh, yeah.
There was 2 small portals in there, and those ones they have a specific destination. So you have to activate them, just like you did this one.
Activate the specific other end.
And then activate the specific other end, and then once they're open, they'll basically just stay open. As long as whoever awakened them, I think they'll just stay open for a long time. The other one that you found on was like a teleportation circle on level 3 was another one of these, to where like if you activate that one, you can go between these two. If you find a third one, which I don't think you guys have. You could choose, like you can basically say, okay, I'm going to this one. And then, in the future when you find more of them.
Their whole chain, you can go from any to any.
Yeah, so coming back, you can make your way to this one and then be like, oh, I don't want to walk. We don't want to go floor by floor all the way down to where we were. We opened up one on the 6th floor or 12th floor or whatever. It's like, I'm just going to go straight to that last one we know. Skipping areas.
Okay. But so far we only know about 2, but that's enough to like create the chain and keep them open. We just have to go do that one.
Yeah.
So let's go to that one.
So I will.
Next floor down, just west of that circular chamber where we fought the like preschool or whatever it was, and it was we believe under the lighthouse because it had the beam of light.
So yeah, you make your way into this one here.
It's almost like we teleported here.
Almost.
Spend another hour turning this one out.
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat here. Arcana. I just want to make sure and see if.
Oh, he's got to pass another check.
Yep. All right, actually, I don't know why I rolled that one. You successfully activate that one.
Nice.
You kind of feel it. You kind of feel it as it takes hold. Kind of just like snap in and lock in on that other one. And you feel like, yeah, these are now linked.
But only lasts 3 days still?
No, I believe it just lasts. I'm just looking to make sure magical energy.
It doesn't. It obviously doesn't last forever because it wasn't lit up when we got here. But it must last some amount of time to be useful.
Yeah, it just says that, like, I know on the check, if you get a critical success, it stays up for a year. If you get a success, it's like 1d6 days until they're both connected. Some of the... You guys, you don't feel like they're going to go away anytime soon.
Okay.
If you guys are still here next year, going through this thing, there's probably you probably got other concerns other than the portals. But for each portal, you guys get 30 XP.
Hooray!
Did you guys want to check out? You guys, as you were coming down here and remembering, there was one other portal that you did discover, like a 1-to-1 type of portal.
In the Chorus Library, I think?
No, it was downstairs. I don't think or library. Just looking to make sure you weren't. This is like the library level. Yeah, it was the next level. You guys had went down and you saw that lady with that was wrapped in chains, and
chain
the chain lady.
But you're saying there was a portal in her room?
Yeah, there was like cages, and one of the cages that were in there like had like runes on it. The Northern Kids, like silver lined runes carved into it, and you guys like were looking at it and noticed that like, yeah, they matched up. You guys did do a check and found like, yeah, these looks like it was basically the same runes on those portals. So it was like
You could use it to send somebody into the cage. Gotcha. That's sneaky.
I mean, from here, where do you guys want to go?
I guess back to that one room that we had been in last time.
Down staircase 7.
Yes.
You guys head down stairway 7. You see in this room, there's like some glowing chandeliers. The table is set as if in like a big table that's set for a grand meal. They has some like luxurious high back chairs sitting around it. Place settings are scattered and toppled. There are a few chairs. 4 skeletons and tattered finery are scattered about the room.
Mhm.
They're more scattered now that they when they came in here, the skeletons kind of came, eyes started glowing, and then they stood up and started attacking, and they killed them.
And there's
So,
a
yeah.
portal room in here.
Well, you guys opened this door here,
Yeah.
and it looked like kind of a disposal room. It had like a chute that. and a
Yep, we
bunch of
saw
junk
went
in it.
out to the drain in the cavern by Wolf Guy.
Yeah, and Cedric wasn't here for that, but there was a large cavern, and they ran into a guy with a wolf. I think Meredith kind of recognized, matching the description of someone from Ontario from a while ago who turned into a werewolf and killed somebody and then ran away. He was a wanted person.
Did you guys?
But we
catch him?
haven't seen him against it. Nope.
Oh,
They were following these ghostly footsteps of Otari's ghost, so they were kind of like, well, that's important, so we're not going to mess with this guy unless he messes with us. And when they came
And then we
back, he was
haven't seen him
gone.
against it. Yeah. But it confirms for us that he is still around in the area.
And you guys did open this door, but all these other doors in this room, you guys have not opened or investigated.
Let's pick another door.
Oh, and as you're, one other thing I meant to tell you about, like where you guys were in town, and Borbo, your little goblin friend, who is carrying him? I think it was. Yeah, I think Kodon was carrying Borbo around, right?
I must have missed that session because
I
I
must
have
have
no
missed that
idea what
too.
you're talking about.
Was that
Borbo
when I
is
was gone?
the goblin soul that is in a doll, and the doll has no
Oh,
arms
that's
or
right.
legs.
That's right. I didn't know that it was I don't remember knowing that was a goblin.
The goblin's body was in a tank. It was dressed up in livery, like it's it was like a servant or a maitre d' or a butler or whatever.
Yeah, that's Borbo there. He has no arms and legs. He saw his body's pretty depressed. He seems to be kind of coming out, like in the last day or so, like coming out a little bit. And he,
The last day or so was like all the time we've known him.
yeah. Well, after resting, right, he seems to like have
Sure.
gone quiet, and he starts talking again, and he's like, he tells you that he's made a decision.
Oh.
That he would like you guys to destroy his soul gem and release his soul. He says, if you do this for me, I will tell you something that might be helpful for you about Master Volek.
Oh, okay.
Deal.
He, tells you like Master Volek was never very nice, but he was always very vain. Like he would paint pictures of himself all the time, and he was very proud of that, but he tells you that he knows that he experimented and was able to transfer his own soul into this hideous creature. And he was happy with the results, but then became super, like he would go into these fits of rage anytime he saw like he saw a picture of himself and what he used to look like, and he went into this fit of rage and just basically destroyed it. And that's why like so much of the stuff up there was destroyed and torn, and he would go in these, basically anytime he sees something that reminds him of his old appearance, he loses his shit.
I have a portrait of him in case that ever becomes important. But but Borbo's telling us that like he thinks that Volok is still around in this monstrous body.
He says, yeah, he remembers that he was talking about, Belcora coming back, and he has work to do for her, and he's gonna, and stuff, and he left on a task that she was sending him on. He never came back. It's been quite a while, but, so it's possible, I guess, something happened to him, but as far as he knows, that he says, like, you guys are obviously, you're not like him, and you're, I overheard you saying you're going to put a stop to Belcora, and she seemed like a pretty bad person, so she probably should be stopped. And if you're going to try to stop her, I think that Master Volok is, if he's still alive, is not going to be happy with that.
Good to know.
Oakley dokley.
And then we break his soul down. Right, we determined just like shattering it was enough to free him, right? Like we don't have to do anything like special.
Yeah,
with
you
it.
found like it basically shattering the gem. You
Physical destruction.
Get a hammer or something and just shatter it. Would release the soul.
Yeah, I mean,
That's how you guys are.
Master Balthazar thinks we're wasting it by doing that, but
Yeah, he's like, let me eat it.
he would probably not be disinclined to consume souls. But yes, he's not getting it.
So yeah, you would take the gem out and shatter it. But now, you have a little goblin doll with no arms and legs, but it's no longer animate. So you guys make your way down here. Which door of doom do you want to open first?
I want to just go clockwise.
Circle, yeah. Seems like a reasonable tactic.
You don't want to coordinate and open all of them at once.
Oh, yes. That is
Activate all the traps at the same time.
Do it.
Start all the fights on all the sides.
Do it. All right. Kick ass. Checking out that door?
Of course.
Go ahead. Click on that.
Is that a set
perception
of
check.
double doors, or is there? It looks like there's a thing in between.
Yeah, they're close to each other, but it looks like they're separate doors. They're not joined to the same room. So yeah, you check out this door and you don't notice anything of note on that door.
Okay, should we open it?
Yep.
Aha.
Hey, look.
Look at that.
And is it active?
It is not.
Okay.
We're gonna spend an hour. Because this is part of the multi-chain, right?
Yeah,
Matches
looking
the
at it,
other
you
two.
see it's the matches the other two. So they call up Cedric. You make an Arcana check as you start that ritual again, as long as that's what you're doing.
There we go. I like that better.
Yeah, once again, you nail this ritual and activate that portal. You kind of feel it connect to the other two as well. So basically, you can spend an action to any willing creature. It's easy. Any unwilling creature will attempt a will save to resist the effect.
Should we go to the next one?
You missed one in the. There's one that's.
Oh!
North of
Directly
you.
north.
Yeah.
I'm blocking it.
I thought you were just picking another random door.
Hold on. That butt was in the way.
Being very protective.
Okay, I will listen to that door.
Yep, nothing of note for this room.
Okay, should we open it?
Yep.
So you see this room looks like it hasn't been occupied in some while, but you see a tall wine rack with bottles just caked with dust that stands along the north wall.
You should go peruse that.
I will step in, and I'm looking for traps and secret doors.
Give me another perception check. Yeah, looking over this room cautiously, you don't see any traps, and nothing stands out that would indicate that you would think would be a secret door.
Okay. Looking at the bottles of wine, I'm assuming they're not trapped in any way.
No, yeah, that would be
Okay.
everything in the room when you checked it. Yeah, like you pick up one of the bottles and kind of dust it off and see some of the labels that have some information on it. Give me a society check.
Ooh. Ooh.
So yeah, you're
Nice.
like you haven't heard of this wine or anything in particular, but you would know that based on the age of this wine, just based on stuff on the thing, like you think that wine collectors like you would probably be able to get, there's like 3 of these bottles that you think you'd be able to get like about 20 gold each. Some of the bottles, the cork has rotted away and stuff like you don't think is very valuable, but you find 3 bottles that seem to have a significant value to them.
Nice. We should take those.
Don't mind if I do. Okay. Next door.
Okay.
Next door.
Next door. Da 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 da.
Okay. Perception.
Yeah, nothing of note on that door. So you see this little dusty metal wash tub with a small skeleton lying inside, sits next to a low shelf in this room.
Look for traps.
I hope that's like a halfling body and not a child body.
Mm-hmm.
Or a halfling skeleton, not a child skeleton.
Real quick, do you check from the doorway for traps, or do you go in and cautiously go in and checking for traps?
I will cautiously go in, checking for traps, and secret doors.
Yeah, you go in and you're kind of looking around. You don't find any traps or anything, and then you start looking for any signs of secret doors. But as you get kind of closer to the tub, just to kind of see, suddenly you see that the tub just like momentarily seems to be clean and filled with soapy water, and the harsh scent of dish soap kind of like fills your nostrils for a minute and then slowly fades away, and then the grime and the skeleton kind of seem to phase back into existence. And you hear like the sound of like water splashing.
What's over here?
Yeah, and you just see like a small little like stand and cabinet that's like, you see some decayed like what were probably once like towels and stuff that has just been covered in dust and age and kind of rotted away.
I will approach the tub. Do I still see this? Does it still continue to fade out and fade back in? Or
it's just when you got close to it, it kind of like all of a sudden, you know, it was like you almost like you had a vision. Like all of a sudden the tub was clean and full of soapy water, and you just got this like, you heard like kind of splashing water and got, you know, and your nostrils were filled with like soapy water smell. Then after a minute or so, it kind of just faded out, and then went back to what it is now.
After it fades in and fades out, it doesn't do it again?
Nope.
Yeah, I'm gonna step back out, step back in. Anything special happen?
No, it seems to be in a one-time effect.
Okay. I will explain to everyone what happened.
Yeah, like if anyone else saw it or if it was just for you. Looks like Codon was standing in the door, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you saw it happen as well. Even got kind of a whiff of the soapy smell, but not quite as strong. But yeah, searching for traps and doors, you didn't find any. Also, it was pretty clear there was nothing really of any note in there.
Okay. Go to the next door.
This one you guys have been in.
Mm-hmm. Okay, come over here.
Go ahead and give me a perception check. I'll put it in the chat. And you check it out, nothing of note.
Okay. Open the door.
So you just see a little vestibule here with another door on the other side.
I will look for traps in this room right here. Basically entering cautiously, and checking for traps.
Alrighty, go ahead and click on that perception again. Yeah, nothing stands out. You don't find any.
Okay, and
listen at that door.
At the door.
Okay. This door, you do hear some shuffling and a little bit of muttering every once in a while. Nothing that you like. It sounds like a voice, but you're not making out any words.
And I determine how many are in there.
Not really. You don't hear more than you think, just like one. You think you're only hearing one voice. It seems to be the same one. Like you know, if two people are talking, you would you'd hear like, higher or lower or different qualities. Like you just kind of occasionally hear like what sounds like muttering or.
Okay, this is above my pay grade. Do we have a door opener? I will let everyone know if
Put on?
there is someone in there.
You also have 2 other doors.
We can always come back to that.
True, but let's get this one taken care of first.
Yeah, Kick-Ass steps back and he's like, well, there's no traps or locks, but I hear something on the other side, so go for it. Anyone step up and
Rodon's the
the door kicker?
yeah.
Okay.
Anyone else want to get in a different position before he opens the door?
That's this one right here.
There's another door inside that.
One
There's like a
right down
little
here.
one. Yeah, there you go.
I will go kick.
Just before you kick, make sure everyone else is where they want to be. Well, are we good?
Yep.
All right, code on
Yes.
smash.
Smash, smash.
Okay. You see in this room here, it's a large chamber. The walls are like you see grisly paintings depicting spectral beings cavorting among ruined neighborhoods, overgrown swamps, foggy graveyards. You see large overstuffed chairs, small end tables that have empty wine glasses, and you see like a cluttered writing desk. And standing in front of that cluttered desk, as you open the door and a little bit of light spills in from the light gem that Kick-Ass has. This creature, like seems to be standing at the desk doing something, but turns to you, and you see like his face in like appendages seem to be like squirming.
Oh. Pleasant fellow.
And you realize that like after looking at him for a second that he's got fairly nice looking clothes, if not kind of dirty, but like his skin and stuff are just a mass of like he's either covered in or made of like a mass of just like slithering slimy leeches. And he rises up.
Well, that's kind
on
of
the desk
gross.
and he's like, "Who are you? Why do you dare enter my chambers uninvited?"
We heard you
You.
talking to yourself.
You must be Volek.
His voice is kind of like he's chewing on a mouthful of spaghetti noodles as he talks to you, but you say you must be Volek?
Yeah.
And he's like, Indeed I am. And yourself?
Just explorers.
Huh. Kind of chuckles. He's like, more like probably street urchins who are obviously have no manners of claiming to be explorers. What is your business here?
Exploring?
And he, kind of steps forward a bit and it's like, well, my mistress's property is no place for you. Oh, let me unhide his token there. You should not be trespassing in her domain.
I believe your mistress is dead.
And he, at hearing that you say that, he's like, how dare you? And he starts casting a spell. So let's
Show him the picture.
all-
Show him his
Sure.
photo. Show him his
Piss
portrait.
off.
Yep. Yeah, we're going to be showing him the portrait right away.
All right, Codon.
Yo,
You're up
let's
first.
do.
And everybody, just a reminder, except for Zane, because he just used a hero point. Everybody had 3 hero points. And unpause. There you go.
So, what shiny hands you have? Let me take a look at your shiny hands. I have shiny hands too. You want to see my shiny hands? I want to show you my shiny hands. Just in case he's got something crazy. I'm assuming I can use this on myself. Give a creature you can see, myself, resistance 5 to all damage until the start of your next turn. So I'm going to hit him in the face now with my sword.
That it's.
And then I'm going to raise my shield. I call him a dirty name, and so
Killing is another action.
Yeah, like
Oh.
you stab through him or like slice through him with your sword, and like your sword moves through his body a little bit easier than you think, than like a typical body would. But the flames like seem to lick up, and you hear like little screeches from the little leeches that his body is made of. And as you're closer and now you do this, you see like after you slice through, like the wound just kind of close back up, and then you see like his body is just made of just one large swarm of creatures. Like,
oh, lovely.
you pass through his body, there's no bones or anything. It's just a bunch of leeches in a trench coat. So that's 2 actions, and then
And I
your
raised shield.
Okay, so 3 actions. Zane, you are up.
At least I thought I raised shield. There it is.
As you hear Codon, like after you do that and you see that, you just say, "Oh, lovely." Oh, lovely.
Oh, lovely.
I do not seem to have my familiar on the board. If you
Oh,
could
yeah, let me put it.
pop them on for me, please. Thank you. I guess I can move out of the way. How much movement do I have? Just in case somebody else doesn't have that kind of movement. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. Alright, yeah, I'll use my whole movement. I'll get over there so I'm out of everybody's way. That's an action. A second action.
Raise portrait.
I think the cleric is carrying it. Yes, the cleric has the portrait. You're up next, and then the cleric goes. Why is this in such a weird order? Evil Eye, if you could please fail a DC 21 will save.
I will try. Did not try hard.
Whoa.
You got a critical
Yeah, you
success.
should definitely get a lot more cry in that. Holy shit, balls.
32.
Yeah.
Youch.
And then I will such a weird order. There is yield. And my turn. Oh shit, he's up.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I'm hoping between shield and +5 resistance.
Yeah, you stepped up with him and hit him with that fiery sword. He doesn't like the fire, but his is like, you see the scorch marks. The ones with the scorch marks seem to like be replaced as the like little gap that you left starts to close up. I cast a spell at you. You can take your reaction as he's
I
casting
will
that spell.
definitely. I say no to that garbage.
Hmm.
That's better.
That's better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, a critical.
Much better.
It's 35, man.
Son
Your
of a
save was
beach.
higher than his save.
Yes, go ahead and
Everybody's
roll
got
that critical
fucking hack.
damage. Fucking hackers. So his spell does not go off.
I say no.
Nice.
I say nay nay.
And also, he's on fucking fire.
You disrupt it.
Does that
Yeah.
critical specialization kick in?
He has specialization in his sword now.
Yep.
You should get the specialization effect from his. It's off balance, off guard until the start of your next turn.
Nice.
Huzzah.
You hit it. You literally hit him into next Tuesday.
I'll see you Wednesday.
Like,
He is going to
Be sad.
reach out and smack a bitch with his fleshy tendrils of leeches. And miss, son of a bitch. Okay.
no, he's not.
That's funny. That's his turn. Things are not going well for him. Okay.
We're just not gotten to play with any of his toys recently.
I don't want to kill you guys, but I at least want to have some crazy shit happen. Make you afraid of something.
So,
Can we
you
go down that
said,
hallway again?
We've run a plenty of time.
so you said that it didn't like fire.
Do it. Aren't you supposed to be on fire right now?
Only if I do that myself. Need to break one over my head or something. Quick alchemy to create an alchemist fire. And I will throw it. And I'll go for a hero point. Come on.
I mean, it was better.
Well, still splash damage.
So I'll tell you, your splash damage goes off and it does not seem to affect him at all. How much is your splash damage is 4?
Yes.
Yeah. Doesn't affect it. Right, and that's your 3 actions, or no? That's 2, right? You
That was 2
moved
actions.
1. Got 1 more action.
I'll try doing
Oh,
recall
I'm
knowledge.
sorry. I'm sorry. I read that
Oh.
wrong. Splash damage. Target him. Sure. Backwards.
Oh
Oh,
Wait, no.
weakness.
no!
No, we shouldn't have taken all that, right? He should have only taken the 4.
No, he should have taken all
Unless
that.
he has weakness
Oh.
7.
He's got vulnerability 7.
Nice.
What does
Okay.
that mean? Up to 7, he
That
takes
means
twice
that
as
means-
much?
That means that
if he takes any fire damage, he takes an additional 7.
Additional
Oh.
7, yep.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Because he only took the splash on that because the initial attack missed. So he
Yep,
took the splash
yeah.
of 4
He only took the splash
plus
damage.
7.
Well, I think I'm gonna.
Mezix would know, like, the bomb damage didn't hit him, but the splash area hit him and seemed to do a lot of damage.
I'm gonna take a chance and try to hit him with another bomb. Come on. Damn it.
Hey, better.
I don't think the splash would even hit on a critical miss.
Try to hero point it into at least a miss.
I'm gonna save my hero points for the first attacks.
Gotcha. Makes sense. Makes sense.
And Meredith, you are up.
Double check. 35, I believe. 35. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 35. You get flanking is 1 action. Bam! Come on. Big numbers, big numbers. That is not what I wanted to see. Let's try that for something better. That is better. Is that enough? Yeah. All right. That was mediocre. 8 points of lightning damage, electric damage, and the persistent effect that makes it easier to hit him with metal weapons and
Ooh.
lightning effect.
I like that.
Yeah. And that is all 3 of my actions in my turn.
Kick ass, you are up.
Okay. 10, 15. $20. I will target him. I've used 1 action.
Nice.
Your arrow just kind of like goes through him, slowing down a little bit, but comes out the other side.
Okay, but it didn't do any damage.
I did
2 points.
Okay, well,
I think that most of your damage,
That's
well, not most of it, piercing.
Yeah, so probably no persistent damage at all, and then resistance 7 to your arrow, bringing a 9 down to a 2 would be my guess. So like
okay.
ignore the second 2d6, the 6 damage from persistent. He probably just ignores persistent damage.
Oh,
'cause he
precision.
has no organs. He doesn't have precision damage. I'm sorry, because he has no organs. He doesn't have like a vulnerable spot. Every part of him is, it'd be like hitting clay. Like there's not a part that's better than another part.
Yeah, I don't have anything else I can do to him other than arrows. Other than,
Do you have special? I think you have some like special magic arrows you can use.
oh, no, I do. Let me check.
I think maybe. I remember you
no, I
had
just
at
have
one point.
arrows.
I thought you had special
No.
arrows at one point.
No, not that I'm aware of. All I have
Okay, maybe
are...
not.
Nope. Oh, let's... I didn't do much damage, but
So you moved, shot, you got one more action, I think.
yes, I do. Okay, that's a miss. Okay, I'm done.
Cedric.
Over there. We said he's weak to fire, right?
Yeah. Definitely fire if you got it.
I guess I'll hit him with the scorching blast. Alright.
Ass.
Wow.
Also is taking 1d6 persistent fire damage. This dude's day is fucked.
Alright.
Roll damage.
Oh.
Womp womp.
Wow.
Well, I get a double
He is
that.
still, he's still weak to it. He's still weak to it, so. Oh, why didn't he take the extra 7?
Apparently he's not weak to fire damage.
What?
So that was a move and a 2-action spell. Or no, Scorching Blast is only one.
It's a 1?
It is a 1.
That's interesting.
Look at that. Happy day.
Just double checking
The
because
bombs look so good.
Area effect?
Oh, yeah, probably because he's a swarm, you probably want area effect, is what it is.
Spiders. You do have one action left.
Yeah. We'll just cast shield for now.
My coat on.
Okay. Put on smash. I am going to hit him with my sword. Oh. Question, do I want to do the rage now that I've got an extra? Sure. I never use it. Why not? Rage on! You won't like me when I'm angry. There it goes. Rager! Okay. I have 9 temporary hit points. And then I will hit him with my sword. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Hero point. I mean, you only had a 5 on the die.
Yeah, I'm out of hero points though. Well, I'm full health. Full health. Okay, we're gonna risk it.
We should be due for another hero point soon.
That's better.
There you go.
Okay, so rage is a hero or an action, sword is an action, and then I will raise my shield.
All right. We're gonna try this again because it's one action. Fail this time, if you would, please. DC 21 will save with your plus like 30 or whatever your smock roll is. A success, which is nothing, right? It fails, yeah, nothing on a success.
Wait a minute. That was your will save. Okay.
Gotcha.
Will save.
I still made it. Bah. And then because of the whole magnetic lightning thing. Where the hell is this? Right there. Go ahead and fail. This time it's a DC 20. It's a basic reflex. And he should have the penalty from Charged Javelin, which is giving him a -1 on his saving throw.
Go ahead and roll the damage for me.
Oh, sure. 3d12. Look at those nice seldom used dice. And look at that roll. Oh, fuck you. I still take 11, I think. I think it's my turn.
So he takes half.
And he also resets 7. This guy just likes 7. Oh.
He is going to cast the spell.
No, he's not. I said,
Try and hit him.
oh, I did last time. I don't have a
Just
hero
to-
point to
And then
Oh, I got to target him. Fortunately, it's not a critical, but it's still gonna hurt him.
Let's see if it hurts him enough. Does
Only
not.
5.
And he is going to blink away.
Oh,
Like he pops out from in front of you, just kind of disappears.
well, at least it wasn't Thunderstep.
Yeah, it wasn't Thunderstep. None of you noticed him, but you did hear some like movement in the room back here.
Yeah.
And that's his turn. And now it is Mezik's.
They took damage?
He has persistent damage.
Oh,
yep, lightning.
when my sword hit him, that take the metal damage?
And he critically failed on...
It doesn't give you a bonus to your damage. It gives you a
Oh,
bonus.
it's just the hit?
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Likewise, the lightning that I used on him after that first one, it wouldn't have changed the damage, but it did give him a penalty to his saving throw.
Okay.
But not enough. He still made it by 5, but...
I see him.
Is he trying to make an escape?
He's trying to jump down that garbage
That
chute.
dude.
Jump down the garbage chute.
Remember where we? Oh yeah, you weren't there last.
He
We
wasn't
tossed
here.
Balthasar down that garbage chute.
Yeah, I sent the familiar down there. He was not happy about it.
So once more, making alchemist fire, and come on.
Dude. Oh, that should have been 19. You were robbed.
Oh my god.
Do you have a hero point?
Yeah.
Do it.
Make it
Yeah.
count.
There we go.
Jesus. Joe, what are you doing to us, man? Alright.
Okay, you see when like that bomb goes off and it just basically explodes. You see like several of these leeches just like scattered in every direction.
Do I get the feeling that they will like reform into him, or just they're leftovers?
Give me an occultism check. Let me put it in the chat here. I'm only giving you this because you had that book of his about transferring his soul into swarms, and it did mention that basically if one of these things survives, he can kind of like not quite like a lich, but similar to where like he can't. His soul survives as long as one of these things. They're like Horcruxes for him. Everybody gets another hero point.
So, unless we splat all these now, like we're probably going to face him again, and he's going to be angrier.
Do I have a chance to
Yeah,
wipe out the rest, or did I see some of them get away?
you have a chance to wipe out the rest.
All right.
Basically, from here on, it's like one round.
All right. One more bomb then.
And
Blow
you
the
would know
shit out
like
of all
area of effects are gonna be your friend, because like you could all come in there and stomp for one round, but like it wouldn't be quite enough,
I mean,
especially close to
kinda
this
like-
hole. Like you would think, like being close to this hole, like area of effects.
I mean, AOE is kind of my whole thing, so
It's your bag.
I don't have anything to target.
We undead him. Can you target him now?
But I'm gonna have to try to use my last hero point.
Well, there's splash
Do
damage.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Fuck splash damage. We got a hit.
All right, so roll damage. Well, before you even roll damage, let's just do that. Give me that flat check.
Fuck your flat check too.
Yeah. You hit it exactly, actually, so. I mean, damage doesn't matter.
Nice. Splash.
Oh, it matters. Look at it. Look at it. Look at that damage. It matters.
Pyra.
Yeah, you're very confident that all of those worms were incinerated. The whole room just covered in alchemist fire. It was
Oh,
alchemist
burn.
fire, whatever. Yeah. And
Yep.
let's end combat.
Ooh, 100's
Mm.
good.
Nice.
It was a
More than a
severe
quarter.
4.
And we unknowingly came prepared.
And now what do you guys want to do?
Search the
All
remains.
this place. Yeah.
All right, give me anyone searching the room. Give me a perception check.
Is that for the room they're in?
Yeah, this room here, right?
Yeah. I'm-
Yeah. You can
gonna
come back
search
to that
that.
room and go search it.
Okay.
We want to check the body too, though, if the body had anything.
Yeah, I'll get back to that.
For sure.
I added nothing to this search of the room.
Mezix would be able to tell you, like, no. Like, it exploded into worms, his clothes burned away, and, like,
There was
nothing but fried critters fried leeches. I mean, you're welcome to store some of those in your inventory to eat later. A little delicacy.
Nope, I'm good.
You sure? They're quite good when they're crispy.
So searching through the desk here, you find some interesting stuff. Oh, let me unhide it here. Some scrolls and papers and interesting looking lantern. Let me just do this real quick.
Ooh, more blueprints.
Yeah, so like the thing that's unusual object seems to be a lantern that's like emitting like a pale blue light. Yeah, these blueprints are pretty much the same ones you already have. Who was it that got the
gotcha.
critical? Meredith, as you're looking through this, you find kind of like a false bottom in one of the drawers,
Okay.
and you find an iron key.
Ooh.
Keys unlock things.
Generally, yes.
These do unlock things.
Those spells on the witch list.
So I'll drag that into your inventory unless you want to give it to someone else. You can drop
Thank
it into
you.
theirs. You should have an iron key. And
Thank you.
Kick-ass, you notice that behind one of these paintings, as you're kind of looking around, searching behind them, you notice that there is a secret door behind this painting over here.
I will raise it. I will point this out to everyone. And it looks like I have to move this table before I can gain access to the secret door. Is that correct?
Yeah, you can just slide it. It's just like a little table. It's just full of empty wine bottles, like wine glasses and bottles.
Okay.
Looking
will
at them, they
move
seem to
and
be
I will
similar
do-
to the bottles that were in that other room.
But none of them are in good shape.
No, they're all empty.
Okay. Perception. I will do a perception check.
I mean, you already did to find the hidden door.
Basically, I'm doing a perception check. Listening behind the door.
Oh, okay. I'll put that in the chat for you. Go ahead and click on that in the chat. So yeah, Zane, these scrolls, and you guys can talk about it later, but you would know that these scrolls, your familiar could eat these scrolls and learn those spells. The one that's Worm's Repast
Mm-hmm.
is a unique spell to this adventure.
Ooh.
See if I can. Probably put it in the chat what the spell is.
Right there.
It is a 4th rank spell. Oh,
Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's what we're looking
I think it just
for.
tells you about scrolls there.
Yeah.
So you feel like this is like these other ones are things that you've probably heard of, like the
Operating language and paralyzed, yeah.
yeah. But this one seems to be a fairly unique spell, like almost something that Volk might have come up with. So, yeah, you hear nothing, Kick-Ass, through the door, nothing. Nope.
I will open the door.
Open sesame seed. Huh.
You see another little chamber in here, and kind of looking at it, you see the backside of basically another secret door on the opposite side.
Okay, I will look for traps as I enter the room, and then listen at the back door.
Go ahead and click on that. Perception again. So you don't see any traps in here. You do notice a bluish light. Not super bright, but a dim bluish light coming from like cracks along the door seams. And you do hear, kind of you do hear kind of like a thrumming sound.
Okay, I will put my finger to my lip and just basically give a thumbs up and a thumbs down, trying to figure out if we should open the door.
Okay.
Thumbs up.
Okay.
All right, so in this room, you see the walls. It's a circular chamber, smooth gray walls. Flickering, nauseating ribbon of pale blue light churns in the center of the room. You've seen this before. But different in this room is the light bathing down upon a thrashing, screaming dwarf that's bound onto a metal table, his body covered in blisters.
That is definitely different.
You also see a wisp kind of floating around the like circle a bit in the body.
Does the beam of light just go to that dwarf on the table and end there, or does it continue to pass through him through the floor?
It seems to basically, as far as you can tell, it kind of ends at him. But it's hard to tell. There's the metal table that he's on is floor to height. It's not open on the bottom.
Gotcha. We probably want to go help that guy, huh?
Yeah, Codon. It's like, we should help.
So yeah, this is a good stopping point if we want to stop here.
It was fun. Thanks.
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
Welcome
thank
back,
you.
Aiden.
Talk to you guys later.
Thanks.
Cool. See you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks
See
for
you
Night.
guys.
DMing.